Growing a business is kind of tricky right now. Supply chains are squeezed, tariffs and trade policies are dynamic, and cash flow, it's tighter than ever. You need clarity to come out on top. Without it, you risk falling behind. If only you could hop in the DeLorean and see the future, right? Thankfully, there's NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite has real-time forecasting to help you move ahead with confidence. This is your AI-powered business management suite and the #1 cloud ERP. Trusted by over 42,000 businesses, NetSuite brings accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all under one roof. It's your single source of truth, giving you the data and control you need to move quickly. And with AI built in, you can automate the busy work and focus on strategy. NetSuite helps you see what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If I were running a business with a lot of moving parts, I'd use NetSuite for full control over everything. Tame the chaos with NetSuite. If your revenues are at least in 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/SPI. That's netsuite.com/SPI. The perfect product launch. It's the goal for every brand marketer. High heat, fast sellout, and fans posting recipes like trophies. What do Sydney Sweeney's soap drop, Taylor Swift's tickets, and your next launch have in common? Well, they're not bought, they're bragged about. Fanfare turns your drop into a moment. Fanfare cues real fans, blocks bots, and builds launch experiences worth screenshotting. Want hype without the heartbreak? Get Fanfare's 5-step hype drop playbook with our proven success formula and make your next launch unforgettable at fanfare.io/playbook. Again, fanfare.io/playbook.
Welcome to the Smart Passive Income Podcast, where it's all about working hard now so you can sit back and reap the benefits later. And now your host. He actually has the willpower to never upgrade to the latest iPhone, Pat Flynn.
A friend of mine, Sally Hogshead, once said, "Different is better than better." And I remember when I first heard that quote, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I had a hard time understanding it, right? And with quotes, and especially when teaching anything online, it's really important that you need to be clear so that a person listening can just, without hesitation, understand what is going on. But I thought about it a little bit more, and I think the beauty of it, it's a little bit of irony because it is sort of a different kind of quote in that way. It makes you think, but when you get it, oh my gosh, it really unlocks things for you. It unlocked things for me. And I reached out to Sally recently because, and this is an exercise I do at the end of every year, and this is why I was reminded of this quote, and it fits in perfectly to the episode that you might have just heard with Matt, Ashley, and myself about our brand new All Access Pass. But this exercise that I do at the end of every year is I go to my messages on my phone and I scroll all the way to the bottom, Who are those people? Those are people that you once had made contact with. Some might not be very important. They might have been, a message from a DoorDash delivery or what have you. But many of those people are probably really important people in your life that you haven't reached out to in a while. And those are the people that you need to reach out to right now. So if you wanted to pause this and just kind of see, don't do it if you're on the road or driving or anything. But if you scroll down in your messages, you're going to see there's probably some people there that you wish you made contact with at some point. Do it before the end of the year. That's my call to action to you. So anyway, I reached out to Sally and I was reminded of this quote. And that quote is, once again, different is better than better. And what I love about that quote is it really makes me think about the work that we do at SPI. Because for the longest time, we have been publishing online courses, and we've been continually making the content in those courses better. We've been coming out with more and more of them. And as a result, many students take these courses, they invest in them, and they get results. And we're just super grateful. We hear a lot about these stories inside of our SPI Pro community. I get emails and messages every single day from people who have done everything from read my books to taken our courses and have gotten results. But it's definitely just not enough in terms of the amount of people who take those courses who end up going to the end. And as more and more people are buying online courses and realizing that they just don't have the time for them or don't have the right support, for us to just make our courses better, that wasn't the answer. right? Like, let's make the content a little bit shorter to save time for people. Let's be a little bit more clear and precise. Let's add more worksheets so that people can get through them and actually, retain the information as they are implementing it. That's making our courses better. But is that actually what we needed to do? No. And when we hired Ashley on our team and we got together with Jillian, our community director, and just the entire team talking about, well, how do we get better results for our audience? What do they really need? They don't need necessarily more information, and they don't even necessarily need that information in a different format. They need something different. You need something different. And this is where we came up with the All Access Pass. And I'm so proud of the team because this was not my idea. This was the team's idea. This is the power of a team, and especially those who are really close to the community inside of SPI Pro. I mean, Jillian and David and Ashley, like, kudos to you, seriously, because you've created something that we hypothesize is going to be absolutely game-changing in the world of how online education is. And we know we're not the first ones to do this, but we definitely have a platform that enables us to amplify this message and hopefully be an example to you and others as well. You need not just the right information, which we have that information, but you need the support, you need the access, and you need the community and the accountability to go along with it. And that's what the All Access Pass is, right? And so we're launching this thing a day after my birthday. Actually, it's both me and Matt's birthday on the 7th of December. We're having a launch party, and we'd love for you to join. If you go to smartpassiveincome.com/coming soon, you can say happy birthday, but also just see what we have going on, because we'll be launching this thing that is all about community-powered courses. Once again, community-powered courses. We want to take the lead at SPI and set that example. And we're building this as we go, and we're taking along the ride those of you who are interested. We have our first 200 founding members who join are going to get in at a sort of founder's price and are likely going to get special treatment because we want this thing to succeed. And we have a hypothetical theory about the way this should go about, and we've built for that. And we're going to be making changes and adjustments along the way with those founding members as we learn and as you learn. And if you are somebody who, for example, is just at the start of your journey, as we talked about in the last episode, you can go through the starter pathway. That's the other thing. It's like, sure, we could give you just at one price point, one large price point, access to all of our courses. And many creators do that who have a lot of courses, right? They might have 5 to 10 courses and they're like, hey, you could pay hundreds of dollars for one, or with just a couple $1,000s, you can get access to all of them. And there you go. Like, you can get all of them and all the feature courses for free now after this large upfront investment. But we didn't want to go down that route because different is better than better. We wanted to offer something that gave you accountability. It gave you a lower barrier to entry. And so with a small monthly payment, you'll be able to get access to all of our courses. That's right. And what we're hoping is that smaller payment up front allows for more just excitement from more people to come in, because the more people that come in, the bigger the community is that can support each other through these courses. There's power in numbers. We know this. We've experimented with this. We've been developing community over the past 2.5 years. So now to combine that with our community, and then we've also taken from what we've learned from our boot camps, right? Our boot camps are a lot more intense. They require several hours during the week and homework and check-ins and, dedicated lecture time and such. But you don't need the hours in fact, you probably don't have the hours every single week to come at certain times. And it was especially not helpful for those on the other side of the world, because you had to come at a specific time to get those lectures. And this is why the groups were so small, because only a certain number of people could come at those times. But it had like 100% completion rates, or nearly that at least. And that was exciting, but it was like, we need to get more people in there. But because it took more of our time to lead these lectures and more of our team's time to lead these office hours, and it was just a lot, we had to charge more, right? To make up for that cost of a lower quantity, and we could sort of help out more in a white glove kind of way. But we want more people in. So a lower barrier to entry with this monthly payment, which is much cheaper than getting into an individual course. But like I said, just getting access to all of our courses is one thing. It's getting access to the support from our team and the other community members who are going along the ride with you. So this is really exciting. I mean, I hope that you can hear just how different this is. And I mean, I'm excited for it. Absolutely. And I'm also nervous because this could totally bomb. Maybe we're not positioning this correctly. I don't know. All I know is we know that this is built to bring results. We hired a education expert to come on, and she helped develop this. And it's our job now, and this is why you're hearing about it on the podcasts this entire week and likely through emails, as well as ads. We hardly ever spend ad money on anything, but this is something that we want to work because we know that if we can nail this with our founding members and adjust it along the way with them, this could be huge. This could be absolutely huge, not just for our business and not just for your results, but for the industry in whole. So we're trying to take the lead here. We're trying to create something different because that's better than better, right? You don't need more information. You need the community with the right information and the pathways that are there for you to go down on your way to success. So smartpassiveincome.com/coming soon. But if you're listening to this in the future, smartpassiveincome.com/all-access will take you to the all-access pass that you can get in. It's not something that we're going to have to wait till the next quarter to get in. We're going to be able to take people in all the time. But throughout the year, you'll be able to actually get access to, within the all-access pass, specific dates where cohorts are going to go through these pathways and courses together. That's going to be amazing. We're calling those our accelerator programs, where it's similar to a boot camp, but it's asynchronous in nature, where you go through the lessons on your own time, but then there are specific check-in points and specific office hours that are around the clock for you to get access to, and it's just the best of both worlds, right? So smartpassiveincome.com/all-access, and I'll see you at the party. This will be fun. 40. Here we are. New era, different way to go about education. I can't wait. I hope you can't wait either. Cheers. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next episode. I love you, SPI. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Thanks for listening to the Smart Passive Income podcast at smartpassiveincome.com. I'm your host, Pat Flynn. Our senior producer is David Grabowski. Our series producer is Paul Gregoris. And our executive producer is Matt Gartland. Sound editing by Duncan Brown. The Smart Passive Income podcast is a production of SPI Media. We'll catch you in the next session. Hey, fellow podcaster, does this sound like something you've experienced? Record your podcast episode on one platform, download the files, edit in another app, then fire up a different tool just to create these social clips. Well, it can be clunky, time-consuming, and frankly overwhelming, especially for creators trying to grow. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about Riverside. Riverside is the all-in-one platform. Record, edit, and repurpose your podcast content all in one place. You just log in, record with your guests no matter where you are in the world, and just like that, studio-quality audio and high-resolution video. We use Riverside here at SPI as well now. With built-in AI, I can automatically clean up my audio, saving myself so much editing time, and it can even auto-generate clips to make promoting the show a breeze. And with Magic Clips, I can grab the best moments and repurpose them as short-form video, perfect for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram, without re-recording a thing. So if you're tired of juggling tools and want a faster, simpler way to create and scale your content, it's time to try Riverside, built by creators for creators. Just go to smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside and use code SMART to get 1 month free on the Pro plan. That's smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside, promo code SMART. I get it. You want to grow your business, but selling at scale feels overwhelming. You're drowning in complicated funnels, creating different lead magnets, or constantly posting on social media. And that gets exhausting fast, especially when you're trying to sell to hundreds or thousands of people. But what if you could sell at scale with a simple, powerful quiz? A score app quiz or assessment asks your audience key questions and gives them instant personalized results based on their answers. Your audience gets to know where they are now and shows them the steps they need to hit their goals. You can set up a quiz in minutes using Score App's templates and have a powerful lead magnet that'll do the selling for you. The best part is your audience actually wants to take this quiz, and you build huge amounts of trust before you even make a single offer. No hard sales, no chasing leads, just value at scale. Get 50% off the first 3 months using the discount code SPI. Just head to scoreapp.com/SPI. Again, that's scoreapp.com/SPI.